dinosaur bones.
It's incredible. Now, isn't Ghost Ranch another dinosaur graveyard?
Yes, it is. And what really got my attention was how so many scientists agree that water was involved in the burial of the dinosaurs. It made me wonder if these creatures died from a great flood instead of the evolutionary explanation of a meteor impact. I was so excited I started sharing this new information with my colleagues.
I'll bet they weren't as excited as you were.
You got that right. First, they argued that my methods were wrong, and then they told me to keep quiet about what I'd found. These were supposedly objective scientists?
And when you didn't keep quiet, they started talking about you behind your back and saying you'd gone a little nutty.
Exactly. How'd you know?
That's kind of how it is to be a Christian sometimes.
Yeah, I'm starting to learn that too. Many people seem more concerned about what's popular, not with what's true.
Whoa! Look at this! You could park a bus in here!
Wow, it looks like a big cathedral, only underground. Hello? What's in there, boy? Hey, listen, when I hit this wall, it sounds hollow.
Maybe there's another... Matt! You scared them when you hit the wall!
Jonathan, help!
Jesse, it's okay! Don't run!
I got it, you make me fast!
Jesse, stop! There's a big trouble! Jesse!
Jonathan! I'm hanging by my overalls. Please don't let me fall.
I can't see you! It's too dark!
Jonathan, help me!
This is Dr. Kendall Park. You know, there are so many great reasons to visit www.jonathanpark.com. And now, if you sign up for Vision Forum's free email newsletter, you'll also receive the new Jonathan Park booklet, Return to Utopia. This downloadable story tells how Jonathan and I were forced to return to Utopia. Look for the Return to Utopia icon at www.jonathanpark.com. That's www.jonathanpark.com.
And now, back to Vision Forum's presentation of Jonathan Park and the Secret of the Hidden Cave.
Jonathan, come down here! Help me!
Jesse!
Jonathan, my overall strap is breaking!
I'm sending a rope down to you! Grab it and tie it around you!
Got it!
Here, Shadow, grab the rope! That's right, boy! Just like a tug-of-war! Come on, Shadow! You're almost here! Gotcha!
Oh, Jonathan, thank you! I thought I was a goner!
That was close. I thought I was about to lose my only...
Friend? Jonathan Park, were you about to call me a friend?
Well,
Admit it, we were starting to become friends.
I'm not admitting nothing.
You know I'd make a good
I
friend.
am not saying that.
Stop bouncing around, Piggy. Get this plunger off my head. We're going to rule the world. We need to have some...
Marvin, hand over the remote. It's time for the news.
But, boss, I wanted to watch cartoons.
Marvin, just be quiet and listen to Simon, all right?
Thank you, Vinny. Gentlemen, to stay on the cutting edge, we need to know what's going on in this world.
But, boss, I hate the news. It's just so depressing. Too many criminal types out there.
Yes, there is a lot of competition. But if we're going to keep up with them, we need to...
Other areas in the county have been devastated. Joan?
Thanks, Ted. Due to extreme rainfall, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers has been letting massive amounts of water over Abiquiu Dam.
Boss, news about the flood. Oh, man, look at that barn just floating like a boat.
To evacuate families whose homes are threatened. The property behind me received the most damage, and rescue teams have not been able to locate the Brennan family that lives here.
The Brennan family, eh? We may just have to pay them a visit. If they're still alive.
Hey, what do you mean, boss?
Well, Vinny, look at their property. Their crops are ruined. I'll bet they'll sell cheap. Then we'll sell high. This is our big chance to make enough money to pay off Damian Steele before he sends those thugs after us.
Hey, but what if they won't sell, boss?
Think happy thoughts, gentlemen. Happy thoughts. Oh, how I do love a natural disaster.
Dad's gonna love it when he sees how big this cave is.
So how'd you and your dad start looking for fossils?
Well, when my dad started finding evidence against evolution, he started to look for other people who didn't believe it either. Then one day, it happened.
What?
I remember I was helping Mom set the table. My best friend Mark was over for dinner.
Hold on!
About time.
Kendo, what are you doing home so early?
I've been fired.
Fired? Why?
They said my recent conclusions fail to uphold the most current scientific research, meaning I didn't play by their rules. I questioned their timetables, which automatically make things millions of years old. They felt my conclusions were unreliable. They called me a loose cannon in the scientific field. Ah!
I'm sorry, Kendall. Here, let me help you with that stuff.
No, I'm fine. I've got it. I'm just gonna take it into my new office, in the den.
Kendall, I know this comes as a big blow, but somehow it's gonna be okay.
Oh, sure it will. It's only the end to everything we've worked for all these years. My reputation, our livelihood.
Lower your voice. Jonathan, can you and Mark finish setting the table?
So, your dad got fired, huh?
Yeah, just because he wasn't sure he believed dinosaurs lived millions of years ago.
Well, my dad says your dad's nuts.
My dad's not crazy.
I guess the guys were right about you.
What do you mean?
Don't you know? The whole gang thinks your family's weird. Nobody wants to be your friend anymore, except me. And now I'm leaving too.
Mark, wait! When we finally had dinner, it was quiet, and later I heard my sister Katie crying in her room.
So what'd you guys do?
Well, Dad just wanted to get out of there. So we sold our house and came to live with my grandfather in Santa Fe for a while. Grandpa told Dad he needed to turn to God and let God show him the truth. He stayed up late just thinking and reading the Bible night after night.
Wow.
And that's when he finally believed it all.
What?
The entire Bible, including the part in Genesis where God created everything.
Some Christians don't even believe that.
I'm finding that out. A lot of Christians believe in Jesus, but they don't believe that God created the earth, like it says in Genesis, or that there was a worldwide flood. Finally, it all made sense to my dad.
And what about you?
Well, it was hard to understand everything. I mean, I always kind of knew I didn't come from apes and stuff, but I didn't know what Jesus dying on the cross had to do with me. My mom explained that God's word says we all do wrong things and deserve to be punished. So that's why Jesus died on the cross, to take the punishment I deserved. Then I realized if God made me, then He was in charge, and He needed to be the boss of my life.
The boss? You mean He needed to be your Lord?
Yeah, you know, Jesus gets to be the one in control. I memorized Romans 10, 9, and 10. It says that if thou shalt confess with thy mouth the Lord Jesus, and shalt believe in thine heart that God hath raised him from the dead, thou shalt be saved. So that's what I did. Mom told me it wasn't going to be easy. She was right about that. My friends thought I was loony.
Like Mark?
Yeah, and all my other friends.
I'm sorry.
It's okay, but sometimes I wonder if I'm ever going to make
Jonathan!
What's wrong?
Over there!
Where?
There's something right over there!
What is that?
Jonathan! Jessica! Are you guys okay?
Yes! We're over here!
Hey, it looks like some type of animal skull.
Jessica! Jonathan!
Jesse!
Over here!
We were coming back this way to find you, and I thought I heard a yell.
What's going on, Jonathan?
Well, we were just...
Shadow, what's wrong?
Dad, it looks like a skull.
Is it a dinosaur skull?
It looks like it is. Look at all the reddish rocks surrounding the skull. Looks like deposits that have come from outside the cave. It's wedged between these stalagmites.
Wow.
What a find! This is the skull of a medium-sized dinosaur. I believe it's a Coelophysis. If I can just get this out of here, I'll be able to write my article.
Dad, I thought you said dinosaurs shouldn't be found in caves.
That's true. This skull doesn't belong in here.
Hey, look where I'm shining my light. There's a crack about a foot wide in the cave right above you, Kendall. No wonder it's so wet in here.
I think this gives me some ideas about where this fossil came from.
How, Dad?
Well, I believe this dinosaur was killed like the ones at Ghost Ranch and then...
Shh! I hear something.
Helicopters! There's helicopters out there!
They're looking for us!
Come on, let's go!
I can't leave now. I need this fossil. It'll take me a while to remove it. It's the only way the magazine will believe that I have evidence for my article.
You guys, we're gonna miss the helicopter!
Dad, the helicopters are our only way out.
Kendall, we need to leave now. If we make it out, you have my permission to come back anytime you'd like to retrieve the skull.
You're right. We've got to come back soon. Everyone keep quiet about this. We don't want anyone else to know there's a fossil in here. It'll be our secret of the hidden cave. Let's go.
And for a flood update, we go to John Wong. Although it's only been 3 short days since the Abiquiu flood, it seems like a lifetime for those victims whose lives have been devastated.
I can relate to that.
I know, Jim. But even with the damage to our ranch, we should be thankful we still have a home.
We lost an awful lot. I don't know if we're going to be able to keep our home without our crops. But it is nice to be home again.
Who could that be?
Probably another reporter. I'll get it. Can I help you?
Yes, Mr. Brennan. My name is Simon Adelman, and I thought you might have some land for sale.
That's interesting, since I don't have a for sale sign up anywhere.
I heard about the terrible flooding you had in this area, and I'm the kind of guy that likes to help people out of a bind.
Yeah, he's a regular platypus.
Shh, that's philanthropist Marvin.
Won't you come in?
Sure.
Honey, this is Mr. Simon Adelman.
Yes, these are my associates, Vincent Vincente.
Hello.
And Marvin Potts.
Hello.
I'm Jim, and this is my wife, Martha.
Can I get you anything to drink? Coffee, perhaps?
Yeah, you got any,
We'd all like water.
I'll help you in the kitchen, Martha. Will you excuse us, gentlemen?
Sure.
Thanks for the help, Jim. We'll just get the water and be right back.
Boss, I was gonna have a soda.
Mind your manners.
Nice doggy.
Jim, who are those men out there? I don't like the looks of them.
I don't know, Martha, but they're probably after our land.
Oh, that's comforting. So what are we going to tell them?
I just think we need to listen. Selling our land may be the only way we can make it. The key is to stay calm and not panic.
This is a good chance to practice loving my enemies. Sorry for the delay, gentlemen. Here's your water.
Thank you kindly. Martha, wasn't it?
Yes.
Hey, boy. Nice dog you have there, Mr. Brennan. Does he bite?
Only if he feels you're a threat to the family. So, Mr. Adelman.
Simon.
Okay, Simon. What can we do for you?
Like I said, I like to help folks such as yourselves by buying their land.
And what price would you be offering?
Well, thanks for the water. I was thinking of the price written on this piece of paper.
That's only a third of what this place is worth.
Was worth, don't you mean?
I haven't even had a chance to see what can be salvaged.
So much for staying calm.
Look around, Jim.
That's Mr. Brennan to you.
All right. Mr. Brennan. I see nothing left on this property but a few mangy animals with no barn to put them in, and a house that needs a lot of work. Your crops are gone, your mortgage payment is late, and the bank is preparing to foreclose.
How did you know that?
I know a lot, Mr. Brennan.
Well, what you don't know is that there may be more to this land than meets the eye. It may be more valuable than you think.
What are you saying? What could possibly be left?
Never mind.
I may be your last chance to sell before the bank tosses you out on the street, and then where will your family be?
Is that a threat, Mr. Adelman?
Oh, I rarely threaten, Mr. Brennan. Consider my offer. You won't get a better one. Come along, gentlemen. I'll be in touch.
Don't hold your breath. I don't think I'd sell to you if you were the last...
We'll see, Mr. Brennan. We'll see.
Bye-bye now.
See yous. That didn't go too well, boss. Shh. What?
Yes, he's right. Mr. Brennan knows something we don't. And I bet it has something to do with that man and boy they were rescued with. Let's look into it, shall we? We just might have to turn up the heat on them. I think their pathetic little lives are just about to turn ugly.
It sounds like Simon, Marvin, and Vinny are up to no good. Will they take the Brennan's land away from them? And what about the secret of the hidden cave? If Simon takes the property, how will Kendall and Jonathan get back to the cave to retrieve the fossil? To find out, you'll need to join us next time as Vision Forum presents the conclusion of Jonathan Park and the Secret of the Hidden Cave. Jonathan Park and the Secret of the Hidden Cave has been a production of Vision Forum. Although the story and characters have been fictitious, it has been based on real places and scientific discoveries. For example, Ghost Ranch is a real dinosaur graveyard near Abiquiu. At this site, there are thousands of Coelophysis dinosaur fossils that have been deposited by a huge water catastrophe. And there are dinosaur graveyards like this all around the world that seem to indicate a worldwide flood. Although we've come to the end of our adventure, the journey continues at www.jonathanpark.com. When you visit jonathanpark.com, not only will you find out about real scientific discoveries behind the stories of our radio drama, but you can even sign up to join other boys and girls on real-life creation adventures like dinosaur digs and ice age expeditions. Make sure to join us next time when Jonathan and Jesse come face-to-face with the evil Simon Adelman in the depths of the caverns in Part 2 of Vision Forum's presentation of Jonathan Park and the Secret of the Hidden Cave.
Until next time, this is Dr. Kendall Park reminding you this is our Father's world. God created it. We can explore it. So live the adventure.
I wonder what's gonna happen next.
You mean to Jonathan Park?
No, to us if Duck Duck doesn't get here before Patch the Pirate starts.
Well, we'll find out in just a minute after this important announcement from our station.